It's Ash from SuperVideos back for another live stream Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A number 146. I know I was supposed to do this Q&A earlier today, but I was doing something else, so I couldn't quite get to it. So I'm doing it now. I just didn't want to skip it completely because not only do I not want to skip any Q&As, but especially tonight, I feel like we definitely need to have a live stream Q&A before the episode for tonight. But this Q&A is for Season 9, Episode 15. Again, just like the other Q&As, you can ask other questions as well, but the majority of the questions are most likely going to be focused towards Episode 15 that lead up to the finale. Episode 15 is called The Calm Before, and yeah, I just released 2 other videos today talking more about, you know, what we might potentially see in these next 2 episodes. But I'm just going to stop talking and get right into the chat questions. NoahJink75, hey Ash, I am dreading tonight's episode. Absolutely. I don't think I'm ready, but let's just do it, you know. We are, I would say, 3 hours away. Let's see what we get. KingKen214 says, hi, how are you? Glad you could join. NoahJink75, I have said this over and over, and I'll say it again. If they kill off Henry, I will have a number of words for the writers who made that decision. Yeah, I definitely will have a video or 2 talking about that if they do end up killing Henry. Giuseppe De Rosa, tonight's episode looks fire. It does. And I cannot wait for it. NoahJink75, how would Alpha snatch Henry from the fair anyway? He knows what she looks like, and also Lydia is going to be by his side the entire time at the kingdom because she doesn't know anyone other than Henry. That's a great point. If they're going to do it, they better make it at least look realistic and make it make sense. We don't have to agree with it, but at least make it make sense. Giuseppe De Rosa, you really think the Pikes event will happen tonight? Yeah, it seems like it's going to happen tonight. I didn't think we will get the actual reveal tonight, but it seems like it's going to be in tonight's episode from what everyone's been telling me. Just move this. NoahJink75, there is literally no reason to kill off Henry. People are saying that Judith is Comic Carl and not Henry, even though Henry has taken the storyline from Lydia and the Whisperers. I think Carl's storyline is not just given to one person. It's split between different characters. Judith gets a portion of that. Henry gets a portion. Enid might get a portion of that. So I don't think it's exclusively just going to be given to Henry. Giuseppe De Rosa, I thought the Pikes event would happen in episode 16. I thought so as well, but it seems like it's going to happen at the end of tonight's episode. They might continue it in the finale, but the initial reveal is going to be in tonight's episode, it seems. Most likely at the end of it, near the end of it. I'm going to put on a poll. Let me see. Yeah, I'll just do the poll. I'm just thinking, do I want to do it on the community chat on YouTube or on Twitter? If any of you can't go on Twitter, let me know and we'll think of something other than Twitter as well. But for now, I'll create a tweet here real quick, a poll for tonight's episode, so you guys can participate and we can have a discussion on it right now. So let me see. Okay, let me just post this. I was just thinking of a good poll question here. So the poll question I have is who is the big death going to be in 9:15? And I'll have, let's say, 3 choices or as many choices as this allows me to have. And we're talking about the biggest death, not just any, but the biggest death that we're gonna see. And I'll leave this, let me post it. Yeah, 3 hours. Let me do that. Tweet, okay. So now let me share that tweet with you guys so you guys can go and participate, and I'll keep an eye on it and share the results as we're talking here. So this is the link to the poll. You can go and participate there. Going back to the questions here. Let me see. Noah Jinx 75. People are saying that Lydia's comic story will be remixed with Daryl as a father-daughter type of relationship just because Aaron said that Daryl would make a good father. I don't think that's necessarily a I don't think that's necessarily like gonna happen just because of that. I think I missed 2 other questions. Let me go back a little bit. There is literally no reason to kill off Henry. People are saying Judith. Oh, I just talked about that, but I talked about, yeah. So yeah, I'm caught up. Yeah, I don't think just because Aaron told Daryl that means that, you know, that's gonna be remixed in that way, that story. No, I think 75. I see Daryl being a father figure to Henry because of how they know each other quite well, and I think that would work if Ezekiel dies and Henry survives season 9. I see that more. I definitely see that more than, you know, the Daryl Lydia thing. Negan's meal sandwich. I think Negan will get his comic arc next season. Yeah, I think so too. We might see him escape again, either tonight or in the next episode, but I do think he's gonna get his comic arc in the next season. Giuseppe De Rosa makes a great point. This is a no spoiler community, no spoilers. So yeah, just like Giuseppe says, friendly reminder, no spoilers on this chat or anyone on anywhere on the comments. If you can, please. Like I'm really trying to keep the comment section clean without spoiling things for myself. So I'm literally like reading one word at a time to see if there's any spoilers that could be anywhere and just removing it right away. Even if it doesn't have it, like I don't read the entire thing. So you could say something that looks like it's a spoiler and I could remove it right away. So I'm just trying my best not to spoil it for myself, but also keep it clean in the comment section. And to the, what do you call it? To the mods on the chat, if you know about the spoilers, I appreciate it if you go through and try to clean the chat as well. Noah Jinx 75, I've been so lucky to avoid all spoilers for 9:15 and I'm proud to have avoided all of it. Yeah, I'm really trying. I think I've been able to avoid it. 2 things did kind of get past to me, and those were presented as predictions, but it just felt odd. It felt like it was out of the blue for those characters to get it. So I'm leaning more towards them being spoilers in some way, and someone being an a-hole and actually spoiling it to me that way. But I don't want to get into that here. But yeah, I'm trying my best not to have anything spoiled for me. Negan's mayo sandwich, Nova, me too, but I don't think they will kill Henry. It would be a huge mistake, like Call. Absolutely. And I think the new showrunner knows better than kill off Henry. I really do. Let me visit the poll to see if there's any update. I'm going to jump back into the questions. So we have, let me see. Yeah, we have 11 votes. 64%, and it's probably not all of you guys. It could be anyone else as well because it's on Twitter, but 64% think that it's going to be Tara, the big death. 36% think it's going to be Henry. And the options I had was Ezekiel, Rosita, Tara, and Henry. I think those are the biggest ones that we could see out, like for the Pike scene. I'll visit that again in a little bit. Let's go back to the questions. Noah Jinx 75, also completely off topic, but I've seen some people put Laura on their predictions list for Pikes. Laura's at Alexandria, guarantee, so she's 100% safe from Alpha. I think she's safe because she was one of those that was not really for the idea of going to the fair in the first place, so I don't think she would ever want to leave Alexandria, and I don't think that the Whispers know about Alexandria at this point. So she's probably most likely safe. King Kenzo 14 says, hey again. Hey, glad you're back. Civilian, I'm so pissed. I just seen the scene spot like WTF. Yeah, I know some people that have had that happen to them, and it sucks. But again, friendly reminder, no spoilers on this channel, please. Negan's Meal Sandwich, they said Negan's story would be different than the comics, but I think they were just talking about this season. I think so as well. I think that's exactly what they were saying. Because think about it, they don't even know about Negan's story next season, necessarily, or the specifics of it. Giuseppe Dorza, I got you, Ash. Thank you, I appreciate it, man. Noah Jink 75, speaking of Carl, did you know that Chandler Riggs think it's cool how Matt Lintz is playing comic Carl's story arc as Henry? Some people are saying that it should be Carl. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we don't have Carl. Henry's the next best thing. So I'm okay with it. I didn't know that Chandler Rick said that, but that's pretty cool. That he's, he's cool about it. Giuseppe De Rosa, no spoilers? Yes, no spoilers, please. Giuseppe De Rosa, killing Henry would be stupid. Absolutely, it would be. Noah Jink 75. In my personal opinion, I think if Carl was still alive in the story, I don't think he would have gotten the story with Lydia. I think it would work better with Henry if Carl was still alive right now. I would disagree with you. If Carl was alive and Rick was there, that story would have made the most sense. But because neither of them are there, the next best thing is Carol and Henry. Like, think about it. The Carol-Henry thing right now is the Carl-Rick story in the comics. It's the same thing. So I just think that they need a parent and their child for that story to work. Or for their kid. They don't have to be necessarily theirs. So that's why the Carol-Henry thing works. If Carl was in the story and Rick was there, I don't think it would have made sense for them to give it to Carol and Henry. And it could be just my personal opinions. Or my personal preference. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, I'm so excited for the episode, but I'm so nervous. I'm also nervous. I am very nervous as well. I don't think we could ever be ready for this episode, but it is what it is. It's coming, just like 701. We gotta prepare for it as much as we can and just go through it. Let's see. I'm gonna visit the poll again. So let me just, Okay, so I just blocked someone right away on Twitter because they put on a spoiler. I didn't read that. It looked like a spoiler. So, because they put confirmed something. So, right now we have 18 votes. 56% say it's Tara. 44% say it's Henry. No one's thinking Ezekiel or Rosita. I wonder why. I don't know. I mean, let's hope. Let's just hope that there's no bias in the votes. And it's not people with information, the information they know, putting, their predictions on there. Anyway, so 19 votes now. One more joined. 58 or one more added. 58% think it's Tara, 42% think it's Henry. So it's split between Henry and Tara at the moment. Personally, I think it should be Ezekiel. It should be Ezekiel. But I kind of understand if it's Tara, if they don't want to kill Ezekiel now. And I've done videos talking about that as well on the channel. I'll talk more about that later after tonight's episode, if we end up not seeing Ezekiel on the poll. But let's get back to the questions. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you think after the episode it's possible that Alpha will be worse than Negan as a villain? Yes, absolutely. I think she already kind of is. Negan's Wing Sandwich. I think King Ezekiel and Rosita are goners. Also Luke to push Magnus group story forward like in the comics. I completely agree with you on that. But it's just, we don't know. And based on everything I've kind of seen, predictions, it seems, maybe that's not gonna happen. I just don't know. Boom, boom. Double Jinx 75. Yesterday, I was watching a Walker Stalker Con in Germany. Matt Lentz had a booth, and there were some people who greeted him saying Henry is annoying, and people online bash him for playing Henry. I disagree. I think he's doing a phenomenal job playing the Henry character. It's just that this is the character they've given him. Somewhat of an annoying character. I don't think you need to blame the actor for that. Giuseppe De Rosa, what if when Maggie returns she's a villain? I would not like that. I don't think that would work for the final season. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Depends how they build it up. If they build it up right, then sure. Nova Jinx 75. What is happening to Matt Lentz happened to Jock McDermott, who plays Eugene. Yeah, I heard that. Where he got bashed for just playing Eugene. Some people are just complete asshats. Yeah, there's going to be a-holes in the world. No matter who you are, what you are, where you are, there's going to be assholes around. Planet Earth. This show's so good we forgot about how great the special effects are with the walkers. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, I know the Whisperers Pike victims, but I'm not spoiling it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And since you know, if there's any spoilers on the chat, I'll appreciate it if you can, take it off. Giuseppe De Rosa, I get people hate the character, but don't hate the actor. He's just doing his job. I completely agree with you on that. Giuseppe De Rosa, I hate spoilers. LOL. I think pretty much everyone does, or most people do. Epic Zombie Killer, it's possible this could be the best episode this season. It's very possible, yes. Noah Jake 75. Jeffrey Dean Morgan never got his much hate for playing Negan after he bashed in Glenn and Abraham's heads. I guess since JDM has higher name recognition than Matt Lentz and Josh McDermott. That, and because Negan is charismatic. That's another part of it. That I think does play a part in this. Epic Zombie Killer, this will definitely be one of the biggest episodes in the franchise to date. I think so. I think it'll be a pretty big episode. I hope the finale's just as good though, because I would hate a great, phenomenal build up to an underwhelming finale. I would hate that. Tay, what do you think will be the Whisper Pike lineup? I did a video on that already. My picks are Ezekiel, Rosita, Tara, Tammy, Luke, Alden. Who else? One of the teens at Hilltop. Let's see, who else? Ozzy, the Highwayman leader. I think that's it. I don't think I missed anyone. Those are pretty much it. But I did a video on that if you want to check that out. Nova Jinx 75. Of Magna's group, it is safe to say that Magna, Yumiko, and Connie are safe. The last two are considered to be wildcards by a lot of people, with Luke and Kelly. Kelly I consider to be more safe. Yeah, I think Kelly is safe. Yumiko and Connie are safe as well. I think Luke, if they kill anyone from Magna's group, it'll most likely be Luke. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. I have a feeling after this episode, people will say, I want Negan to kill Alpha. We could see that. We could have fans wanting that for sure. Giuseppe De Rosa, Negan is a likable villain. Yes, he is. Giuseppe De Rosa, I think the Whisperers War will be better in the show. I hope so. I really hope so. I think it will be. Noah 75. The Pikes victims better not be underwhelming. Otherwise, I'll have lots of words. Absolutely. Giuseppe De Rosa, what if the Pikes victims are horrible CGI? LOL, like the deer. You're just trying to push my buttons now. That would suck. I hope they don't do that. Come on, with the walkers, they do a phenomenal job. They never shy away with the walkers, and they never have bad CGI on walkers, so I'm not concerned too much. Tay, why do you think I just kind of read that and you deleted it? I don't know what it was. It was something with Ozzy, I think. Anyway. You removed the question, so I don't know what the question was. Giuseppe De Rosa, that would be stupid to kill off Ozzy. He just got here. True, but at the same time, I think the only reason they brought in the Highwaymen group was to kill them off, I think, which is kind of lame, to be honest. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, do you see fans forgiving Negan and hating Alpha after this episode? Yes, I think there's still going to be a portion of fans hating Negan, but I think they'll hate Alpha even more. Giuseppe Rosa, Alpha is a crazy bitch, lol. Yes, he is. Or, yeah, she is, absolutely. Charles81, sucks Enid. I hope that, yeah, no spoilers on the channel, please. I hope that's not a spoiler. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm just gonna, let me see. I'm just gonna remove that. But, come on, guys, no spoilers on the chat, please. Tay, why do you think Ozzy will die in the Pike lineup? Well, the biggest reason is because they brought him, and he got sort of a big storyline, kind of. It didn't go anywhere. So that's the main reason. I think they brought him in, or this group in general, just to kill them off. I hope I'm wrong, but I just have that feeling. Noah Jinx 75. I would hate it if Henry ends up on the Pikes in 9:15 and then Ezekiel dies in 9:16. That would just be a rinse and repeat story of Carol losing out on Sophia all over again. I completely agree with you on that. I think it'll be repetitive material and it'll be like recycled, and I completely agree with you on that. Just like the Highwaymen, if they end up betraying the group, it's like a recycled story of the Jada scavenger story. So I hope they don't do that either. So it's kind of a similar thing. So I completely agree with you on that. Giuseppe De Rosa, she looks like she did a lot of meth. LOL. Who are we talking about? Charles81 got a few of his messages deleted by Nova Jinx 75. I think that might have been spoilers. So please don't put any spoilers. Like, I'm saying this in the most friendly way possible, but I will block you if I see it again. And if I catch you. Negan's mayo sandwich. Negan seducing Alpha, not far. Yeah, I don't think that'll be far. Charles was timed out by Nova Jinx 75. And yeah, please no spoilers. I think that's probably why. Giuseppe Dorza, be careful what you say, Charles. Yeah, no spoilers. Nova Jinx 75. Yeah, no spoilers, please. We're trying to keep this clean. Not everyone wants to know spoilers, and I don't think how hard is that for people to understand. I just don't get it. Giuseppe Rosa, we will delete the message if it's a spoiler. Yes, there's 3 or 4 mods on the chat who will be deleting stuff if it's spoilers. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, I feel this season is going out with a bang. 9:15 looks insane and 9:16 seems awesome. I hope 9:16 is just as awesome though, because again, like I said, I would hate to see a great build up to the finale and an underwhelming finale. I would hate that. Giuseppe Dorza, Alpha looks like she did a lot of drugs. Yeah, she does kind of. Nova Jinx 75, Q&A, how could you see Alpha snatching some of her potential victims? Luring them in by, you know, putting some walkers out there that they think they can kill, and then they snatch them that way, or distracting them with something. I feel like she can't just go forward with that face and everyone's gonna know something is up. So it's gotta be clever. It's gotta be cleverly done, however she does it. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, do you plan to stream Telltale The Walking Dead series sometimes? No plans as of yet, but in the off season, I am planning on doing regular live stream gaming live streams. Maybe we'll do, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I am planning on doing something. But for the off season, when The Walking Dead is not on. Giuseppe Rosa, man, I would get guns and light the Whispers up. Yes, I think everyone would want to do that. Noah Jig 75. I can see Alpha snatching Rosita. I think that picture of Eugene, Gabriel, and Rosita walking could play into that. Rosita could get sick and walk off on her own, and then Alpha snatches her. Yeah, that's a great theory. I think that there is definitely set up for that. Honestly, from Siddiq, Eugene, Rosita, and Gabriel, if none of them die tonight or in the next episode, I would be confused at the whole story that they build up for them. I would really be confused. Negan's Mia Sandwich, we last saw Alpha in 9/12. Yeah, it's been a long time. I kind of miss her. I don't know if anyone else does, but I kind of miss her. Not that I like her, but I miss her in the story. Noah Jink 75. With Tammy Rose, I can see Alpha talking to Earl, and then Alpha will lure Tammy Rose out and then snatch her. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Giuseppe De Rosa, who's the main villain of the Walking Dead series? The biggest, up to this point, I would say it's the Governor. Up to this point. Negan comes very close, but it's the Governor, I would say. And why I say that is because when Walking Dead was at its prime, the Governor was the main villain. And if you've seen Walking Dead at some point, you know who the Governor is. So I think because of that, the Governor is probably the main villain up to this point. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A Hash. How do you feel about AMC making the TV universe bigger than the comics? Because now the comic universe feels very small. I like it, but let's see where it goes. I feel like with anything, we could potentially see something where it's just too much. You know, I hope we don't see something like that. But I am definitely excited at this point about that. The comics I'm underwhelmed about at this point, like where the story is going. But the TV show and the franchise as a whole, I am excited to see where it's going. Let's read some poll results before continuing. We have 26 votes. Now 4% think it's Ezekiel. So some people said Ezekiel, which is great. And I'm saying great because that's my pick. That's my main pick. Rosita still 0%. 54% say Tara. And 42% say it's Henry. Still, an overwhelming amount of people think it's going to be Tara, which is interesting. And Henry as well. It's split. So let's get back into this. Let me see, where was I? Negan's Mia Sandwich. Do you think Eugene could contact Stephanie over the radio like in the comics? I think so. I don't see a reason for them not to do that. It'll be a waste. Like, they've been setting it up already. Giuseppe De Rosa, it's crazy to know that Rick and Maggie were in this season. It felt like we haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, I'm beginning to really, really miss Rick, specifically. Like, as great as this season has been, something is missing, and it's Rick. Noah Jink 75. Also snatching Henry would be very hard to pull off if she pikes him. Henry has seen her face and would be able to recognize her if she's the one who infiltrates the fair. I completely agree with you on that. 100%. Giuseppe, there's any chance we can't get a crazy announcement on Talking Dead tonight? I think we might, because Scott Gimple is on there, and usually he shows up to announce something big. I will check it out, probably Monday or Tuesday. Talking Dead, I mean. Planet Earth. Alpha is confusing as she doesn't want people in her territory, but she is actively seeking others. Yeah, she's a very confusing human being. But I think she wants people to join the Whisperers, but she doesn't want people to come to their territory. She wants to go to other people's territory and claim people, in a way. Nova Jink 75. It sucks that we have to wait for Into the Badlands to finish in an hour before Talking Dead comes on. That's why I stopped watching Talking Dead after the episodes, because of things that they pull off like that. Epic Zombie Killer. But seriously, the comics, they feel so small nowadays. Well, its universe does. Yeah, and I am disappointed about that a little bit. Like where the story is. Whoops. I probably made a bunch of you jump. I just hit my mic. Yeah, I am underwhelmed and disappointed in where the story in the comic book is going. Negan's made a sandwich. I think he will announce a Negan spinoff. I would love that. I would love that. Giuseppe Rosa, will there be a bigger villain than Negan and the Governor? In the comics, I feel like Alpha was just as big as Negan and the Governor. In the TV show, Alpha and the Whisperers might potentially be there as well. NoahJink75. Henry was a B/C character in season 7, was sort of a B character in season 8, and he has been upgraded to A/B character in season 9 with his big story, or this big story. Why kill off the person who's almost the center of the story? I completely agree with you on that, and I talk about that in detail in the other video I posted earlier this week. Or, yeah, I think Friday. I completely agree with you on that. Giuseppe De Rosa. I want a Governor spinoff. I love that his character. That could also work. I'm not that interested in that, but some people might be very interested. Giuseppe De Rosa. What if they make a Walking Dead show based on characters' origins? I kind of said that on my discussion video that I did a while back. What they could have is each season could be the origin story of a well-known character from either Fear, The Walking Dead's original, or someone in the comics that's not really in the show. I would love to see that, but it depends how they want the story to go and what they have plans for in terms of the spin-off. Giuseppe Rosa, like The Walking Dead Origins. Yeah, I would think that would be interesting. Maybe not to everyone, but to some people. Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A hash, you should make a video on why Into the Badlands is ending. Me, I feel like it was doing bad in terms of ratings. I haven't watched Into the Badlands, so I don't think my video is going to make too much sense. But if it's ending, it's probably because it's not doing well with ratings. NoahJink75, if you're going to kill off any major character on the Pikes in 915, I think Tara is a good pick, but I think Rosita would be a good second major death as well. Yeah, like, to me, I think Rosita should get it. Like, it makes the most sense. But if you don't do it, you can replace Tara for Rosita. But you cannot replace Ezekiel with anyone and make the Pike scene be as impactful and make it have the same amount of impact on the viewers and on the characters. I feel like Ezekiel's death was necessary. So I just don't see anyone replacing Ezekiel at this point in terms of that death. Epic Zombie Killer, yeah, that'll be cool, but they can't do it for Herschel, sadly. Yeah, that's true. Because, yeah, I get what you mean. For a sec, I thought you meant Baby Herschel, but now I realize who you're talking about. NoahJink75, I saw some crazy theories about 915 that said that Yumiko was confirmed to die just because she's with Carol, Michonne, and Daryl. Their point was that Alpha has to kill one of the four, so why not Yumiko? No, I think Yumiko's safe. I think that scene happens after the Pike scene, and Alpha just lets them off, knowing she already killed like 8 people. So that's why she doesn't kill anyone there. Giuseppe De Rosa, I don't want Rosita to die, she's cute, lol. Well, if that's any reason not to kill any character, then they shouldn't have killed... Let me see. They shouldn't have killed Beth. They shouldn't have killed Jesse. They shouldn't have killed... Let's see, who else? Sasha. They shouldn't have killed... You know what I'm getting at, right? So yeah, I don't think that's a good reason not to kill a character. Giuseppe De Rosa, they can't kill another Hilltop leader. They probably will. The Hilltop is getting at the roughest with the Whisperers, though. Think about it. They killed Jesus, and they might kill... I almost said Henry. They might kill Tara now. They're getting at the hardest. Noah Jink 75. Before 9B came back, I thought that Ezekiel could be replaced, but with him hosting the fair and being beloved by all of the communities, his death fits so well and is very impactful. I agree with you. I just don't see a reason or don't see a way it would even work to replace Ezekiel and that death to someone else, with someone else. Epic Zombie Killer plus Yumiko is seen with Daryl standing in a field, which is during the Pike scene, so she's safe. Yeah, definitely. One thing I do want to ask. I think Epic Zombie Killer was the one that said he's seen the spoilers. One thing I do want to ask, and I don't want you to reveal the actual death scene or anything like that, but one thing I do ask is, if you've seen the picture, or if you've seen something, or if it's just, if you know the names, then don't worry about it. But if you've seen the picture, were we right saying that that scene that you just mentioned with Yumiko and Daryl being in the field is from the Pikes? Were we right about that, at least? That's the only thing I kind of want to know, if you've seen the pictures. But don't spoil anything other than that. Just let me know if we were right about that or not. Giuseppe De Rosa. People say season 7 was bad, but when you watch it as a marathon, it's actually really good. It could be good if you watch it back to back, like you say, but as a season that you watch live and wait for every week, or more than a week, depends on if we're in the middle of the season, then it was underwhelming for sure. Let me just do something here real quick, because the stream is slowing down a little bit, so let me try this a little bit. So I just restarted the stream. Hopefully that stopped any lag or delay. Let me know if there's delay, because I see a little bit of delay or lag on my end right here. Let me check the poll results and then jump into some questions. We have 31 votes. 3% now think it's Ezekiel. 0% still for Rosita. 58% think it's Tara. And 39% think that it's going to be Henry. Still, an overwhelming number of people are going for Tara and Henry as a second choice. Going back into the questions. Planet Earth, will you live stream tonight without showing the show, of course? Just have the camera on your face, but we can still hear a little of the show. No live stream tonight. I will do my reaction to the episode, so that's going to be coming, but no live stream tonight. I usually don't do live streams after the episodes anyway. Giuseppe Rosa, my favorite episode is 716. That's one of my favorites, not my favorite. Epic Zombie Killer, Maggie shouldn't have left Hilltop. Everything fell apart after leaving Hilltop. Yeah, everything pretty much did. Giuseppe De Rosa, Planet Earth, he posts a reaction after the episode. Yeah, the reactions do come after the episode airs. And the breakdown of the trailer or the promo for the next episode, that's going to come tonight as well. My review and any discussion videos and my prediction for the finale will come throughout the week. Check out my schedule for the channel. You'll see when the upload is going to be this week. Noah Jink 75. Q&A, is it only going to be Daryl and Yumiko who discovers the Pikes, or will Michonne and Carol show up very soon to see the Pikes as well? I hope more people than just two are there, and I hope Carol and Michonne are both there. I hope that Lydia is there as well. I hope, because it just makes sense. Epic Zombie Killer, it'll make sense. Yeah, it'll definitely make sense for... it'll make sense for more than just two people to be there. Giuseppe De Rosa, Daryl is now the main man for The Walking Dead. Yeah, he is, it seems. Planet Earth, okay. Yeah, I think you're referring to the reaction. Yeah, it's going to be coming after the episode. Giuseppe De Rosa, season 7 had the best finale. No, I disagree. Season 6 did. Season 6's finale was the best. Epic Zombie Killer, so far every episode this season, the second half has been strong. Yeah, plus, or with the exception of 2 episodes, episode 14 and 13, where I was a little underwhelmed with and a little disappointed with, every episode has been strong. Giuseppe Rosa, I wish Daryl could grow a giant beard like Rick. I wish he could, but I don't think he could. Giuseppe Rosa, who will be the main guy on the Walking Dead DVDs? I think it's going to be Michonne, Carol, Daryl, and Rick. I think they'll have the 4 of them on there. If it's just going to be one, I feel like maybe Daryl or Michonne. Probably Daryl. Epic Zombie Killer, in my opinion, this season is a perfect 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for me so far. 9 out of 10 for me. Actually, 8.5. To be more specific. 8.5 out of 10. If this mid-season, or not mid-season, if this lead up to the finale and the finale is very, very good and I love it and I am not disappointed or underwhelmed, it's a 10 out of 10 for sure. And it's going to be my favorite season. You know, season 6 has been my favorite so far, but it might replace it. Like I said, if the next 2 episodes are great. Nova Jinx 75, kind of off topic, but the reason why Carl was killed off was to make a good season for Rick to keep Negan alive. Yeah, it was. Kirkman did it bad in the comics because Rick just out of nowhere said save his life. I think it could have been improved in the comics, but I think it could have been improved in the show as well. They both missed something, which is a very clear thing. Law and order, you know? Just make that clear. We are leaving Negan alive just so that everyone knows that, you know, we can do something better than just to kill each other and to kill the villains or the bad people that come into our lives, you know what I mean? So I feel like they both missed that opportunity to really focus on that. Planet Earth, do you think the survivors will find the bodies of those on the pikes and then give them proper burials? I think we might see that sometime in season or sometime in the finale. But then again, if there's going to be a snow blizzard in the finale, then we can't really see that because it doesn't really make sense. But I think it makes sense for them to do something like that. Giuseppe Rosa, I think every once in a while we need a new showrunner for fresh ideas. I sort of agree. But again, if the showrunner is doing great, let's not break the momentum and just, you know, change the showrunner. But I see where you're coming from. Noah Jinx 75. Here's my thing with Gimple. He has written some really good episodes and he did a good job cleaning up Missoura's mess with season 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Oh wait, with season 4, 5 and 6, season 7 and 8 is where he was lacking with the proper execution. 100% agree with you on that. But again, we should remember the good and the bad. He did mess up at the end, but he did give us some great seasons, and let's not forget that. Epic Zombie Killer, just saying this season is a way better than season 7 and 8. It's better than Fear the Walking Dead season 4. Yeah, it absolutely is, by a large margin. Arthur Morgan said something and his message was deleted by NovaJinx75, so I think maybe it was a spoiler. So thank you, NovaJinx, for removing that, and he was timed out as well. Epic Zombie Killer, again, no spoilers on the chat. I do want to re-emphasize that. No spoilers on the chat. This is a no-spoiler community. Epic Zombie Killer, yeah, in the comics, they never explain what happened to the bodies after the pikes. Yeah, I hope they kind of explain a little bit of that. I don't want them to spend, like, half the episode explaining that, but I do want to see something. NovaJinx75, back on topic, if Henry is killed off, what will happen with Lydia's story? The Daryl Lydia thing won't happen or won't work because they've had almost no interaction other than the abuse sympathy. Yeah, I agree. I don't see it working. I just don't. I don't see that dynamic working. If Henry is killed off, Lydia's character becomes useless in a way. For the for the story. Negan's tomato sandwich, epic zombie killer. What do you think they did to the bodies? I think Alpha and the Whisperers probably just left it somewhere and maybe walkers ate it. That's probably the best thing that I could come up with. NoahChick75, no spoilers. Do I make myself clear? Yeah, no spoilers, please. This is a no spoiler community. Corinne Robinson, hi Ash, are you ready for episode 15? As ready as I can. As ready as I can be. I'm not 100% ready, but no. I'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. In a way, I'm not concerned, but I'm worried that I'll be disappointed with this episode. That's the biggest thing. I'm worried that they might give me an underwhelming Pike scene. Wait. NoahJink75. Ash, you should put a large sign on the stream that says no spoilers. Yes, very good idea. Let's do that. If it fits. Let me remove this part that I have with Pike's border. Let me remove that and say no spoilers. And let me put it as the first thing on the chat. Or not on the chat, but on the video here. Okay, this should be fine now. I have oh, I didn't update it. Let me think. Or let me see. It didn't update it, but let me just go to my channel to see if it's updated. Yep, there we go. It is updated now. So I have no spoilers on there with capital letters. I hope everyone understands what we mean by that now. No spoilers on the chat, please. Corinne Robinson, cool I am, LOL. Yeah. I'm ready. It's just it's gonna be a roller coaster ride. Giuseppe Rosa, we never got the Rick versus Negan fight on the highway. Yeah, we didn't get that. I wanted them to change that a little bit anyway, but yeah, I wanted to see at least something. Plants Planet Earth, how do you think Michonne will react to the Pikes lineup? Do you think she will go back to Alexandria? I think just like everyone else, she'll be devastated. She'll cry. She'll blame it on herself a little bit. And yeah, I think she will go back to Alexandria to warn everyone and to regroup and, see what she can do now with this happen. After this happened. Epic Zombie Killer. We are 50 minutes in. We'll go for maybe another 20 minutes. I do want to do an extended live stream Q&A tonight, but I don't want to go overboard because I do want to get ready for the episode and I do have to charge my camera because I'm going to do a reaction. So 5, yeah, it should be good at 5:20ish here. Or yeah, let's go for 20 more minutes. And I'm just talking about the time. Like, the episode's gonna come on in like 2 hours, so I'll do another like 15 to 20 minutes of live stream. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. Hey Ash, do you see Negan getting a bigger role in season 10? Yes, I do see that. It makes the most sense. NovaJink75. Also, if the Alpha kills Henry, how does she expect to get Lydia back? Very good point. Alpha knows that in order to get Lydia back, that she should threaten to kill someone she loves and will spare them if she comes back. I completely agree with you on that. That's exactly what she kind of did with Luke and Alden. Or not Luke and Alden, sorry. With Henry after Luke and Alden were traded. Like when Henry just showed up at the Whisperers camp, they could have just killed him, you know? They didn't because of that reason. So let me restart. So I just restarted the stream again. Hopefully that stops the buffering. We'll see how it goes. Let me know if it's buffering or if there's any lag. Nomadjink75. Am I like 50, or I am like 50-50 on this episode, being amazing and being underwhelming, most specifically with who is picked for the Pikes. Yeah, that's where I am, 50-50. Giuseppe Rosa, what if Rick forgot everything and he's a villain now? I would hate that. I would hate that idea. Nomadjink75, if the picks for the Pikes are good picks, and most specifically not Henry, then I'll probably be good with the choices. To me, as long as Henry's not on there, and they have a major death other than Tara, I'll be okay. You know, I'll be okay. And, you know, they pick either Rosita or Tara, one of them. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A Hash, why do you think Negan has been so reduced this season? I'm disappointed. I want more of him. Hopefully this will fix it. Hopefully. I think it's just because the last 2 seasons were specifically Negan. It was Negan's season. So that's why they kind of wanted to move away from that a little bit this season. So that's why he didn't get as much story. Giuseppe De Rosa, where the fuck is Oceanside at? They'll come back this episode. They'll come back. I think we see Cindy in the trailer, if I'm not wrong. So we'll definitely see them. And it's been confirmed that we're going to see them this episode. Noah75, also Sydney Park, not Cindy, Sydney Park, who plays Cindy, is casted for 9/15. So it's confirmed that we're going to see Oceanside tonight. Yeah, and like I said, I think Cindy was in the trailer. Negan's Meal Sandwich, if Henry does die, do you think Lydia will cry? Probably, yeah, probably. Giuseppe Rosa, The Walking Dead is the best show I've ever seen. Yeah, it's definitely the stream or the lag is. I'll just end it a little early just to not annoy you guys as well, because I feel like the lag is definitely going to become annoying at some point. So, yeah, we'll go for another 5 minutes of stream. Giuseppe Rosa, who's the strongest community? If they all win war, who could win? Or who would win? Right now, the strongest, I would say, it was Hilltop early on, but now it's probably Alexandria. If you're talking about like having the most soldiers, that's a difficult one because none of them really do have that. Planet Earth, do you think that the Kingdom or Hilltop or both will fall or combine? I think Kingdom will probably fall. If I was at Hilltop, I wouldn't want to go back. That's true, but I think we're going to see Kingdom fall this season, most likely. Nomagic75, why have Henry survived the stab wound and then die the next day? Like, how does it make any sense? Yeah, that's another great point. Nomagic75, just because people don't like Henry is not a good reason for him to get piked. Another great point. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A, hey Ash, do you think the Whisperers have such a hatred for Hilltop, but not the other communities? Because the Hilltop was the one that took Lydia in. That was the reason, I think. That's the main reason. Let me check the poll results before ending the stream here. We have 37 votes. I don't think it's changed, but I'll just go through it. 3% think it's Ezekiel, 0% think it's going to be Rosita, and 59% think it's going to be Tara, 38% think it's going to be Henry. And we're talking about the big death in the Pike. In this poll, I would pick Ezekiel, or that's what I'm hoping for. But if it's not Ezekiel, then I'll have to go with Tara as well. But let's go back to the last few questions here. Negan's meal sandwich. King Ezekiel lost a lot of his soldiers during all that war. Yeah, he did. He really did. Noah Jink 75. Another reason to keep Henry around is that he's an idealist like Ezekiel, and his idealism can be used to rebuild the kingdom if it falls in season 9. Very good point. I completely agree with you on that as well. See, there's tons of reasons not to kill Henry, and not a lot of reasons to kill him. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A. Hey, Ash, how would Maggie react to the Whisper situation? That's a tough one. I think she would probably do what Michonne wants to do, which is not risk it. But if they have to join, then they can join and, you know, defeat or fight against them. Noah Chink 75. The kingdom is slowly getting its army back together, but they suffered the most losses of the communities with all out war. Yes, they did. The Hilltop has been suffering the most so far with the Whispers arc. Giuseppe Rosa, what if Eugene hears Rick on the radio? That's a great theory. I did talk about that on the other video that I posted. So, yeah, go and watch that if you haven't already. Giuseppe Rosa, based on the photos, it shows Eugene holding a radio. Yeah, I think if they do something like that, it's probably going to come in the finale. It's like they need something big for the finale. If the Pikes is going to be this episode. Let me see. Yeah, last question. Last question from Noah Jink 75. Or last comment. Someone accused me of racism for picking Ezekiel for a Pike, and that's not the reason. Ezekiel's death would be a good death, not because of his race, like WTF. Yeah, it's not that. It's just, it makes the most sense, you know? He, like I've said before, he is bringing communities together. He's hosting the fair. His death would impact the most amount of people. The most amount of people. And I just think it fits. It has nothing to do with him being of the different race, him being a guy, him being this, him being that. It has nothing to do with that. Let's do one more question. One more question from Planet Earth. What would be a good strategy to defeat Alpha? Good strategy. I would say use their strength against them. Use the walkers against them, and to use their strategy against them. That would be my thoughts. Epic Zombie Killer. Bye, Ash. Have a great day. Enjoy the episode. Also, I shared the stream on Facebook. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed as well. Giuseppe Rosa, light them up already. LOL. Yeah, I think we're getting there. We're getting there. Maybe half a season more, and they might do that with the Whisperers. All right. That's pretty much it for this live stream. Thanks everyone for joining, and thanks to the mods for removing the spoilers on the chat. I appreciate it. If you can also kind of go through the comments as well before the episode, that will be great. If you can't, that's fine. Yeah, hopefully everyone's going to enjoy tonight's episode. I know I'm very excited. I'm sure everyone is. I will see you very, very soon.